My names are Geoffrey Mutunga. Together with my wife Jane, we are the founders of W.E.L.L.S of Joy Ministries. W.E.L.L.S of Joy came as a vision from God in 1995 when I was in a Bible school. But it didn't take off until 2008. W.E.L.L.S of Joy, I saw people in the vision trying to cry and leaving the church, asking where is the hope. The pastor tells us is in the word of God. And so God led me to Isaiah chapter 12 verse 3, which says, with joy you shall draw water from wells of salvation. And that's why you find in our t-shirts we have the writing of hope, because W.E.L.L.S of Joy wants to give hope to the people we are ministering to. And then we are going to give hope in two dimensions, because W.E.L.L.S of Joy stands for world evangelism for liberation of lost souls. Liberation is deliverance. Man needs to be delivered physically and spiritually. Physically, we are going to deliver man using the principle of love. Why love? Love, it is the language the deaf hears, the blind sees, the dumb speaks, the cripple walks. If you love me, don't need to tell me, I will experience it. Spiritually, we shall deliver people using the principle of 777. That is Matthew chapter 7 verse 7. Ask and it shall be given. And so that's what W.E.L.L.S of Joy is out to do. I left a nice job in Ikijabe Mission Hospital, because when I was working there, I was assigned to allocate places for mission outreach. And the one place we went is in the slum of Lungalunga. Special thing I found with the slum of Lungalunga, you minister and you leave the place, but afterward you find part of your heart has been left there. And that kept hitting me. Until 2008, I had no hope but to resign and go to where my heart is, in the slum of Lungalunga. And it was not easy. I thought I was okay. Until when I went there, I got into depression, and I had a senior pastor from WIC Church who prayed for me for deliverance, because I had turned suicidal. And after being prayed almost now 10 years ago, I'm not suicidal. I want to live and tell the story of Jesus. Where we are now, we started a church, and we started also a school out of need assessment of the area from baby class. Now we are at grade 8. We have a permanent building. Last year we also had a second building coming up. We are calling it Testing and Examination Center. It is wonderful. We are also having grade 8 which are taking their exams this year. So far, so good. We thank God for what He's doing. That's where we have come from, and that's where we are currently in. We are having our children, feeding them with breakfast in the morning at 10 o'clock and the lunch at 12:30. We thank God for our partners and the American Christian family for their support and encouragement.
My name's Jane Mutunga. I'm Geoffrey's wife. And when I met Geoffrey, he shared about the vision he had of W.E.L.L.S of Joy, and I bought the vision. And when I bought it, we continued with the pregnancy of the ministry, and I saw the labor pains, the birth of the ministry. We bore it together, and the challenges that we had to go through during that time of labor and delivery of W.E.L.L.S of Joy. It wasn't an easy thing. We went through ups and downs, and the birth of W.E.L.L.S of Joy came to be when we were together. We were already married. There was a very great gap that was left when Geoffrey left me and spent all his time in the slum, taking care of these young W.E.L.L.S of Joy that we had already given birth to. And I struggled with the family, with the children, and my work was only to give him a bag so that at least he can find somebody to lean on when the going was becoming very tough. We continued like that, and I prayed a figure of a father and a mother to my children, and I made sure that the children could not get the gap of the absence of the father. we continued like that. And the nature of my work in Bethany Kids, where I work, I was working with the children up to date, and my experience with the children was an added advantage for me to serve even the children in the slum. And I could find myself loving them the way I love my children, the way I love the children that I serve in the hospital. And I found myself going and giving them health talks, playing with the children here and about. And we continued with the challenges that we were getting. And the one thing that I thank God, that it was not out of our effort, but it was because of the grace of God. Because when God calls you for a vision and a mission, then He has all the supplies that are needed within the vision.
I'm Julie Mendonza, and this is my husband, Bob. We first met Jeffrey in 2003 on our very first trip to Kenya. He was serving as an interim chaplain at Cure Children's Hospital in Kajabi. We were the first Americans to ever eat dinner in Jeffrey and Jane's home, and their home was the first Kenyan home where we ever had dinner. Needless to say, we had fun as our different cultures collided, and we have been very close friends ever since.
I often say that we all need heroes. Jeffrey Matunga is one of mine. He's so because he is steadfast and compassionate, determined to stay the course of following the specific call of God on his life, no matter the cost. I think we all need to know people like him. Those who don't do what they do for the applause and rewards of men, but for a greater glory, one that outshines them all. Otherwise, we might be tempted to quit on the hard days, or worse, to settle for small trophies, little milestones, material gains. So give the Wells of Joy Ministry in Kenya. Pray for Jeffrey, Jane, and all the staff at the church and school. And please come, visit, see for yourself what God has done through the faithfulness of this one man.
And without fear of contradiction, from this well springs up wells of joy, Nairobi, Lungalunga slums, Kenya. I'm Pastor Geoffrey Mutunga.